Welcome along, strange historians. This is episode 1 of the Strange Hollywood History podcast. We'll begin with a short story about how the relationship between director Tim Burton and actor Johnny Depp began. Don't worry, all of the following podcasts will not be like this one. So sit back and pour yourself a cup of coffee or a tankard of tea or a mug of mead or a chalice of cider or a flagon filled with any beverage of your choice and join your fellow strange historians around the campfire. When Tim was less than 20-something years old, his career making films began to be told. He was working at Disney. A dream had come true and was looking for something creative to do. He wrote up a poem about a weird little boy who loved Vincent Price but was bent to destroy. His black and white world was bleak and quite strange, as Vincent Malloy was sure he was deranged. The film was released for 2 weeks in LA and set Tim Burton's career off on its way. Frankenweenie was released in '84, a dark, creepy film about a boy and his dog. You see, after he died, Sparky was brought back alive, and the boy and his dog helped themselves to survive. Pee Wee Herman saw this and said, "That's the man who can direct my adventure if anyone can." Pee Wee's big adventure grossed 40 million big bucks, and offers and scripts showed up like a convoy of trucks. So, when a poltergeist story came across his dark desk, there was only one question for Tim's fans to now ask. Will his next film be Beetlejuice? And if so, will he really let loose? With humor and horror, with fantasy and fear, will he combine all these genres and make it quite clear that he can gross lots of money and lots of success with the public and critics and just be the best at gothic dark horror with humor thrown in for fans to adore in theaters and drive-ins? And so it continued. When Batman arrived, it looked dark and quite bleak and far from contrived. Everyone loved it, and it made lots of bucks. Surprisingly so, since similar films often kinda suck. But what came next, no one could dare expect. A fantasy romance starring Johnny Depp. A humanoid living with scissors for hands, who belonged up in a castle, not in normal lands. You see, it started with a drawing of a thin, solemn man who lived all alone, without a hope or a plan. And he soon became the toast of the town and was met with big smiles and a couple of frowns. He had lots of friends until he didn't no more, and returned up to his castle behind his locked doors. And so it began for Burton and Depp. Great films together, step after step. Ed Wood, Sleepy Hollow, and those that came next. Willy Wonka and the Corpse Bride who was vexed. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street named Sweeney Todd. And the Mad Hatter who sure behaved very odd. And Barnabas Collins, deep in dark shadows, who lost all who he loved, as if to the gallows. Now I'm producing a podcast and videos too to share unique stories for fans just like you. I'll talk about actors and much of the crew and how smart creatives do what they do. Costumes and makeup and building the sets, lights, camera, action! It's a triple film threat. You'll hear unique stories as if you are there and learn of productions filmed everywhere. Hey, Tim and Johnny, if you're listening, get in touch soon. Let's talk about movies and music and of full moons. And so if you love movies and the magic of how they are made, then you found the right place. You are made in the shade. So kindly subscribe to my podcast so you can hear all, and watch my productions and you'll be enthralled. Like, share, and subscribe, and you'll be the bee's knees. Until next time, my fellow time travelers, safe travels on all your journeys.